guys, my name is Olive Fox. Welcome back to my channel, and as I said, today we're going to be talking about the second episode of the Wheel of Time. I always say today. It's like such a bad habit. I mean, in the Sherlock Holmes books, it's written as today and tomorrow with a hyphen in between. And I did a lot of reading in my days, a lot. After reading 3 Sherlock Holmes stories, today and tomorrow is all I say. I think from now on, I'm even going to start writing today and tomorrow because it's just how it is, how it should be.
I love you.
I know.
So the episode began with previously on the Wheel of Time, and I really appreciate recaps because it's good to be reminded of some of the main points. And the one that really caught my attention was the particular scene where Perrin said to Layla that he loved her, and she replied with "I know." Not my choice of answer. I just simply say, "I love myself too. Thank you." But he said that, and that was really shady, and we discussed this in the episode 1 review, and you guys also commented about this, that Layla was really shady. So I really hope that they explain her more in the coming episodes, because you cannot just throw a shady character in there like that and then not mention her ever again. So please do that. And moving on to the beginning of the episode, we were introduced to the White Capes, whom I like to call the Greys. In comes the questionnaire. Questionnaires are my favorite when it comes to tests because there's like a good chance of cheating on them. It's easy to cheat on questionnaires because you literally just have to point at someone like the 9th one, and they'll just be like, option B. So the White Capes were there, the camp was set up, the tents were there, everything was really white, women were being roasted because chickens are not big enough to feed men, so you have to go for the larger animals. My God, he likes his steak so raw that a good vet can bring it back to life. After eating his rare meat, he went to the yellow Aes Sedai that he had hung above a bonfire. Both her hands were chopped off, and he took off the ring, hung it at his belt, and disappointed me to great lengths. Because only 7 rings. 7 rings. I mean, now I'm more impressed, but I'm still disappointed. You only managed to kill 7 Aes Sedai. You're literally sitting over there enjoying your wine and your steak, your tongue, whatever, as if you've killed 70. Because if you had killed 70, I would have still not been impressed. You have to kill at least 452 to impress me. Moving on from that scene, we had a montage or the intro, which we did not have in episode 1, and I'm looking forward to seeing it in every single episode because it was beautiful. Out of the intro, Moiraine and Lan were running away with the possible dragon reborns, and that's when you guys were proved right. The Trollocs smell Moiraine and follow her, because at the lake that's exactly what one of the Trollocs did. And that's when I had a little question. Why was Moiraine Darling not using her magic to slow them down or make themselves faster? But these questions were answered further into the episode, so no need to answer them. You may not tire your fingers.
No!
So the Trollocs are following them, and Moiraine tells everyone that Trollocs are really afraid of deep water, so that's what they need to cross. So they decide to cross the water in this like sort of boat or whatever. And the Trollocs just stood there. The entire army just stood at the bank and just screamed. So how do they ever cross the water? I mean, they literally went to a place called the 2 Rivers. How do they ever cross the water? I mean, this is something that they should have shown in the show. How did the Trollocs cross the water? I mean, it's not as if they went all the way around the lake. I don't think the ends to lakes come quite quickly. I've followed rivers. They are long, and that's not a reasonable thing to do. So for an entire army of Minotaurs. So how do they cross rivers?
No! It's the only way to get my son across!
And Moiraine created this whirlpool to destroy the boat, and I was like, honey, do you honestly expect those creatures riding a boat? You have got to be kidding me. I do not see them taking turns riding a boat, and the bloody boat will simply crush under their weight. So I don't see that happening, but yet you had to create a whirlpool, use all that magic, and waste the magic.
Whitecloak to right. You Aes Sedai, you monster!
My man really took one look at the Minotaurs and then at these two beautiful human beings and decided they were the monsters. You know, Elenef, the devil isn't a small man with horns and a tail. It can be beautiful. Oh, shut up, Left Elenef.
Except in the last extreme defense of her life, or the life of her warder, or another Aes Sedai.
Moiraine has a little chat with Egwene and tells her the 3 oaths, and I was really happy with that. I mean, to consider your warder so important that you could use the one power to save him. Now that is impressive, and I really like that because they don't use the warders as like just bodyguards. They like really they're like bound together, and I found that really good, and I really like that, and I think it's really sweet of them because they're like equals, Moiraine and the warder.
I'm no Aes Sedai, but you could be.
Poor Egwene. Everywhere she goes, somebody comes at her with a job offer. Actually, no. It's not Egwene who's poor, it's Rand. Also, thank you for telling me his name. It's Rand who's the poor fellow here because he doesn't want Egwene to have a job. I think Egwene would rather enjoy a job. So Egwene, I recommend you become a wisdom. Not an Aes Sedai, I don't really see you would enjoy that. I mean, you might enjoy that, but I wouldn't enjoy you as an Aes Sedai because they're corrupted and you seem like a good person to me. No, thank you, Perrin. You're not made of iron, you just forge it. But she didn't refuse. I would never understand when guys give up their coats. I mean, I have my own coat, thank you. But even if I don't, you're not made of iron, sir. You too feel cold, and there is no need to offer your jacket. Have I offered my jacket at points of my life? Yes, because I'm a girl and I feel like I think it's nice. When someone's feeling cold, you just give them your jacket. But and would I take an offered jacket? Probably yes, but I just don't like it. I don't know. I have mixed feelings. It's just, you know, it's in every bloody movie. I'm tired, okay? Just men are not made of iron, okay? So just let them keep their clothes. You're feeling cold, should have brought your own clothes. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What does a man do at the White Tower? Other than become an errand boy for the Aes Sedai?
Errand boy? He's a part of the oath, you dummy.
One conversation and you're on her side now. Come on, do you really think she's any better than what's chasing us?
Of course I do!
Sir, is there really a side? I mean, let me recall. On one side, we have the eyeless Fade and the Trollocs, and on the other is the lady who saved your father's life. Yeah, I think the Trollocs are the better option. I do like Minotaurs, don't I? Seriously, Rand, you are worse than that boatman. Like, seriously, bro, who bites the hand that's feeding him? Who pokes hole in his own shield? There is a reason we sweet-talk the Uber driver, because we do not want him to kidnap us. So for the love of God, tie that tongue.
And try to answer any question as truthfully as you can. I am a lady from a fallen house.
No, Moiraine, that is not enough. I think I need a script and a couple of days to prepare that script. You cannot be taking me to the White Caves and expecting me to give the right answers. Also, what did she mean by try to answer all the questions as truthfully as possible? And if they ask, I am a fallen lady who's going to meet her sister. So we tell the truth but we tell the lie. That makes no sense, honey. That makes no sense. And therefore, you must give me a script. Earrings back on, and when Moiraine had the chat with the White Capes, she made sure that her hands were in view so that they could see that there was no wing and that she was not an Aes Sedai. As if Aes Sedais would... I mean, arrogant Aes Sedais might show their rings like, huh, what are you gonna do about it? Roast you, woman. They're gonna roast you.
Where men know how to keep their hands to themselves, lest they lose them.
Damn, sweetness. I'm gonna be using that. I'm sorry, children? Because if those are children, then ladies and gents, I haven't even been born yet. And I'm sending this video to you from wherever babies are kept before they are born. So the investigation was done, and my god, are the whites beautiful. The whole color, the whole vibe of them, all of them dressed in white. Their camps are white, everything about them is so white. And I say, can you imagine an army in white? That would be beautiful. Even stains would look beautiful on that. Like imagine red blood stains on a white dress. It's beautiful. It's like those dead sheep, white and red. And while I was thinking about the whites and how they are set out to kill the Aes Sedai, I think we need a new color now. New Aes Sedais, I think, of the color baby pink to kill the whites. Their only purpose is to kill the whites, or the red ones can take up that responsibility as well. I think the red ones, the ones who really enjoy killing, they should be set to killing the White Capes, because I think that would be more justifiable. And if they enjoy that, that's okay. It's like killing each other, so it's revenge. Of course they didn't show up. If somebody tells you that they're gonna send help if you manage to hold for 3 days, they're not coming. And it's on the 10th day that they finally decided help isn't coming. You should realize 10 days before the war that no help was coming. Because that was just dumb. That was just dumb. And on the 13th day, they finally loosed and all of them were dead. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, it has happened before in history, and you just like should have just fled, man. Should have just fled. Sometimes the odds are just against you, and I'm really against running from war. I'm all about dying till your last dying till your last breath. Fighting till your last breath, but sometimes the numbers are against you, especially if they're minotaurs. So just, go ahead and... Oh, that one scene where those people were fighting the minotaurs in the teaser. I'm really looking forward to that.
But they return.
And use the dead bodies as fertilizers. Quick question. Are wolves like sharks? Like, obviously they have a really strong sense of smell, but with blood, is it stronger? The blood detection, is that stronger? I think, maybe. So, I mean, if I had found myself facing a pack of wolves, I would have probably put forth a deal, like foxes do in stories. If you don't kill me, I will make you the king of the jungle. And then I would just simply take them to the Pride of Lions and watch them get eaten. In every single story, it's the fox that's the cunning one. And I was actually surnamed Fox after a cunning guy, so... Never mind, the wolf licked the wound like a lollipop, and I expected all of them to take turns, like they do during gang stuff, but they didn't. Apparently it's only the alpha that gets a taste. Perrin went back, and they all decided to rest because they were all really tired, and Moraine's really weak and all, and they all decided to fall asleep. Nobody decided to keep watch. Nobody. You are being followed by hundreds of Trollocs, and I know, you know, that even if somebody... Wait, actually. If somebody is keeping watch, he can spot light from far away, at least, in a dark jungle. So, come on. Why did nobody keep watch? I expected better from you, Lan. I do know that you haven't slept in so long, so you should have just put your sword to somebody's throat and threatened them to stay awake. He hasn't used that sword in this episode, this entire episode. I wanted him to... Oh, he did. To cut the rope for the boat. I should be a singer. Songwriter. Rope, boat, rat, bat, cat, stat, ring. So while they were all resting, Egwene woke up from a nightmare, and that's when she spotted the Fade, and he screamed like he should have. Come on, like, what did I lose now? All of my jewelry is just falling off, like no big deal. So Egwene woke up from a nightmare and she saw the Fade all the way above, and the Fade decided to scream. I mean, if the Fade hires a couple of silent ninjas and they just like scoop the kids up in the silence of the night, I think that would be way more effective. The poison might be the weapon of the weak, the cowards, but it is an effective one. And by that it means they should just do some stuff in silence and just like chill. But no, he had to bring his loud ass army and give them a chance to run away. But my god, they were at their tails. I think I am probably going to have a nightmare tonight. It was scary. It was scary. It was really scary. And then they reached this point where I think they caught the Chainler in the first scene, the Radaja, the first episode, and the horses were like, okay, we're not going in there, and yet they managed to go in there, and it was this old abandoned city where there were no bugs, and the Trollocs were too afraid to enter. So count me in, I would like to settle down in there. Matt's hair made a heart, and they were talking about Layla. Did Layla cheat on Perrin with Matt? That would explain a lot. I mean, I already find Layla shady, but I wouldn't want someone to do that to their best friend. I mean, come on, Matt. If you do that, I don't think you'll ever be able to rise in my eyes again. Rise in eyes.
Touch nothing. Eat only the food you brought.
So Matt, the one I dislike, the one you tell me that I would come to like, opened this Pandora's box and took out a dagger with a red stone, just like the one that Abu found in the Cave of Wonders. He took out the dagger and was probably thinking of keeping it because that's when everything started melting away. At which point I also realized that Rand was acting like Aladdin. I think this entire scene was inspired by Aladdin.
If you don't take me to them right now.
This happened! Wow! Wow! Woo. Nice! I mean, I was expecting them to again show us how she escaped the Trolloc. And what was she doing all the way here? And why did the Trolloc not kill her? There's so many unanswered questions. And that, ladies and gents, is why I don't support the idea of 8 episodes each that is about 50 minutes long. Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? Because if you're making something that is as big as the Wheel of Time, make it bigger. And I assure you that all of us would enjoy it. I think it's really about time when you learn something from the Turks. Because legit, if we're making a TV show about a sultan that reigned for 47 years, we're gonna give him 139 episodes, each one that was longer than 2.5 hours. And I watched all those episodes. Not once, not twice, God knows how many times, because when they make something so grand, they obviously give a lot of reruns, and my mom always claims, like she always would look at every single episode, like show her every single episode and then show her every single episode again, and with every single episode she would go, oh, I haven't watched this one before. Every single time, whatever episode is on, she goes, I haven't seen this one before. So I have watched the episodes many times, and I assure you that if you do the same with the Wheel of Time, all of us will happily watch. If you just take your time and not rush things. You're rushing things. You're rushing them. I'm not telling you to make a movie-long episode, because that is quite insane. I would say that. But at least make it about, like, I would say an hour long, and let there be at least 30 episodes. I mean, if you can give us 20 to 30 episodes in Riverdale, then this deserves at least 40 episodes. Come on, please.
The Dark One is coming for your friends.
And with every passing episode, I look forward to reading the books more and more, with all those unanswered questions. Give me more time to live, for my story has yet pages left. Whatever, I forgot the stanza. What was it? Give me more life, for the story has not ended yet. My death won't sum up my sorrows. It's a fine one, I know. So that was it for this video. Really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, give me a like. Also comment below and let me know anything you want me to know, and also subscribe, because I'm really close to 700 subscribers and I would really appreciate if you do it. So yeah, go ahead and do that. And also check out my edits channel. It's at @LNFEdits, and my Instagram is at @LNF_Fox, and my Twitter is at @LNFFox. Go follow me, subscribe, however those applications require, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm the only other fox in this world, and here's the butterfly that I promised that I would have in my Arcane episode 1 review. For those of you who didn't watch it, go ahead and watch it, and bye. So one of the hands is missing.